Hello, we love you guys, and it's great to be back and talking to you. We're continuing our series on main dining room menus on Royal Caribbean. This is from Vision of the Seas, but these main dining room menus are fairly universal throughout the fleet. And tonight's is Taste of the Caribbean. And we're going to tell you something we absolutely love, a couple things we like a lot, and something we don't care for whatsoever. Welcome to our channel. This is Traveling with Chris and Wendy, and we're going to talk about Taste of the Caribbean, main dining room menu. And if you want details on a menu from Royal Caribbean, this is it. And if you have friends that are going on Royal Caribbean and they ask you about the main dining room, this is a video you can share with them. So let's get started. All right. This dinner, as always, started off with bread, and we like to, this is a little bit of repeat, but we like to make these self-contained videos. Their bread is fantastic. They have a crusty French bread that they slice. They have pepita rolls, which are crusty rolls, which are soft inside and crusty on the outside. And they have soft rolls, which are absolutely 10 out of 10. And they have real butter that they bring out in little packets. And if you ever like a lot of extra butter, and I sometimes put it on my food too, my veggies and my potatoes, you can ask for extra butter. They'll always bring you pretty much whatever you want. All right, starters. The menus always have 3 sections, and they have extra stuff like featured beverages, highlights, premium selections, but the 3 main courses are starters, main, and desserts. So starters, we got 5 this time, and we're going to show you those, and we're going to discuss them. There are 6 listed. Green lentil soup. This was better than I thought. Lentil soup does not sound appetizing to me, but I hadn't had it before, and I always like to try things, so I tried it. And it's described as hearty lentils and vegetables simmered in San Marzano tomato base with fragrant rosemary. And they always sound lovely, and sometimes they are. This one I would give a 6 out of 10. I expected a 4 out of 10, so I was pleasantly surprised. Also, Asian-style pork bao tacos. These are described as roasted pork belly in a sweet chili sauce topped with sautéed vegetable and pork cracklings in a soft steamed bun. What do you think of these, Wendy?
They're delicious.
Yeah,
Very good.
I like them. It's not my favorite thing, but it is one of the top. And the filling is wonderful. The bread is soft and delicious. It's a little much on the bread because imagine a really soft, flat, almost roll pancake kind of a thing that's folded up like the taco shell. And then the inside is the soft pork with all the flavorings, and it is wonderful. I can't eat all the bread because otherwise I'll be half full just from eating those. And I try to stay a little bit away from starch. But those pork bao tacos are a hit with us. Every time they have them, we at least get 1, maybe 2 orders of that. So each of us can have one. Baked French onion soup. That's Wendy's favorite soup. They are sometimes hit or miss on the soup. And what would you rank out of 10 their French onion soup?
I would say an 8. 8 out of 10. 8. It's pretty good.
We live in the Cincinnati area, and we happen to be connected with a restaurant called Losanti, if you ever want to look it up in Cincinnati. And they have the most 10 out of 10 French onion soup. So we're a little bit spoiled, but that being said, this French onion soup is very good. Savory beef broth with caramelized onions and an herb crouton with melted Gruyere and Parmesan cheeses. The cheese slab on top is wonderful. The chunk of crouton in the middle is nice and soaked up with all the flavorings, and it's a good soup. Caesar salad. It's generally fresh and generally quite good. It's always small. And so sometimes that's good because if you just want a little bit of a salad just to add to the courses, you can do that. If you want something that's a sizable side salad, you're not going to get that. But it is typically good. Tofu and avocado salad. I did not order that this evening, so you will not see a picture of that. But that being said, it is kind of what it sounds like. Marinated tofu, plump grape tomatoes, and ripe avocado tossed with a maple soy dressing and toasted sesame seeds. It's fairly good, and I've enjoyed it in the past, but it's not something I just want to order just to have. So I didn't get it this night. Now, the next thing, crispy coconut jumbo shrimp, is probably, quite possibly my favorite thing on the entire menu for Royal Caribbean. Absolutely love it.
It's very good.
It's, for some reason, a lot of what comes out of their fryer has to sit in the window for a little while before it gets to us. So we sometimes get a little bit disappointed in the crispiness, but these are always wonderfully crispy. They're delicious. I think you only get 3 of them, but the sauce is a little bit tangy and very, very delicious. Good. And we love those. And I really force myself to only order 1. I kind of want to order 3 or 4. One of these days, I'm just going to, if there's nothing special on the menu, I might just order 3 or 4 of those as my main dish. They're so good. All right, real quick on the main courses. Garlic, herb, buttered tiger shrimp. We don't have an image for you, but it's literally just, I think 4 or 5, maybe 6 good-sized shrimp. I don't know if I'd call them jumbo. They might say broiled in jasmine rice, sautéed seasonal vegetables. It doesn't say jumbo, which is good because they're kind of on the larger side, but they're not really jumbo.
They're very good, though.
They are excellent, and I always love their rice. I think I've called their basmati rice jasmine rice, but in this case it is jasmine rice, and it is very good. Caribbean style chicken and jerk seasoned pork chop. I'll read both of those together. Seasoned and roasted, topped with pineapple and black bean salsa, served with rice, black beans, sweet plantains, and Jamaican fried dumplings. That's the Caribbean style chicken. The jerk seasoned pork chop is tender marinated pork chop with rice and beans, sweet plantains, and Jamaican fried dumplings. I'm going to say right off the bat, I am thoroughly not impressed with Royal Caribbean's Caribbean style food, the jerk seasoned pork chop or the Caribbean style chicken. And I'll add it in now. When I say there are things that I'm not impressed with, this is it. We were not 100% convinced of this until recently. We happened to be in, I think it might have been Dominica or one of the Caribbean islands down there, St. Croix possibly, but we had some local Caribbean food. Oh my gosh, it was out of this world. I thought maybe I just am not a big fan of Caribbean food, but we had some local stuff. I think it was Alfredo's in St. Croix. Unbelievably, so good. And I just said, okay, Caribbean, you have got to up your game. There's something about the Caribbean, Royal Caribbean when they do it. It's just kind of mediocre. The chicken's sometimes dry. The pork chop, every time we've had it's dry. And so we stopped ordering it. And we talked to other people when they have it. They go, it's a little on the dry, overcooked side. And so not big fans. So if you love it, good for you. Maybe you can give it a try. But if you really want good Caribbean food and you're in the Caribbean, get off the ship. Go pay for a meal. It's kind of like, I should be able to get this free on the ship. We love to save money, but it's best on the island. And did you want to add something? No. New York strip steak. There's an image here that shows you how wonderfully cooked this one was. This was from another night, but I wanted to show you the image. And it is perfectly cooked in the medium rare temperature. So we enjoyed this one. Sometimes they're not that great, but this one happened to be really good. Pesto tagliatelle. I don't tend to get pasta much, and if I do, I'm going to do it with protein, and this one doesn't specifically have protein, but it sounds good. Al dente flat noodles, pasta tossed with fresh pesto, cremini mushrooms, and sun-dried tomatoes, topped with shaved Parmesan cheese. Stuffed grilled eggplant. Again, vegetarian, in this case vegan, and I tend to avoid those only because I want to have protein, because if I'm going to have all these calories, I'd rather not just have starch, I'd rather have the protein also. Whole wheat couscous with bell peppers, pomegranate seeds, layered inside grilled eggplant with a minted cucumber and spring onion dressing. Sounds wonderful.
Sounds good.
Again, just not my thing. Grilled chicken breast, they have this every night. If they miss a night, I want to apologize in advance, but they typically have it every single night. Tender chicken breast with roasted potatoes, carrots, spinach, and a savory thyme juice or jus. And rustic chicken korma. I got this tonight, and I don't know where the picture is, but it's similar to all of their Indian style served foods. And then you'll have a scoop, almost like an ice cream scoop, whatever you want to call it, of rice. In this case, it is spiced chicken in a creamy, mild, spicy tomato cashew sauce served with basmati rice, raita or raita, I don't know how to say that, I apologize, roti, and crispy papadum. Indian vegetarian entree available upon request. I like this because it's always nice and flavorful, and the rice is wonderful. In this case, it's basmati. Whatever rice they make, I've always liked their rice. Whoever cooks their rice or whoever's in charge of their rice, its quality control is wonderful. It's always great. So we went a little bit lighter on the entrees because we got so much of the appetizer. Now desserts. Pineapple sunshine cake, light and fluffy pineapple cake with a sweet whipped cream frosting. It's very good. That would be nicely paired with vanilla ice cream. As I've said with the ice cream, it's kind of grocery store level ice cream. If you want the really good ice cream, you got to go find a specialty shop if they happen to have one for ice cream on board. Otherwise, it's kind of medium level ice cream, but it's typically good with their cakes. Have you ever had that?
Nope.
Okay. I've had it before. It was good, and it was moist, which is what we always look for in cakes. We just don't want a dry cake, but that's why we get the ice cream. Carrot cake. Layered cinnamon and nutmeg spiced cake with sweet cream cheese frosting and toasted walnuts. It's a small slice. It's good, but you'll also probably want to have some ice cream with it. And then they list the ice cream, vanilla, strawberry, or chocolate, no sugar added, and vegan available. I'm always nervous about the no sugar added because I swear I've had their ice cream before and it wasn't no sugar added, but I can't guarantee that. But I've had their vegan ice cream before and I found it to be awful.
I have tried their royal chocolate cake, and it's a little bit dry, but it's pretty good.
That's right. We do have an image of that, and I'm sorry, I skipped right over that for some reason. Layers of dark chocolate, dulce de leche, and decadent chocolate mousse. It is not decadent. It is not soaked in dulce de leche, which in my opinion it should be, but it is a good chocolate cake if it's paired with
ice cream.
There we go. And you might want to have the chocolate with that if you want extra chocolate, or you could have vanilla. Warm blueberry cobbler. This is their sugar-free or no sugar added selection, and you can see the little symbol there with the line through the little rectangle. I think that's no sugar packet. Sweet oatmeal crumbled baked over plump blueberries served with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. I assume that is no sugar added ice cream. My gosh, if they serve that to an entire dining room full of people and it's got sugar added to it, that would be quite an oversight. And it is tasty.
It's pretty good.
So I like it. It's not overly sweet. So I'm sure they put some of the sucralose or whatever fake sugar that they put in there. It is good though, and I enjoy it. And every time they have that, I get it. And there's a vegan chocolate brownie, rich dark fudge with sweet whipped cream, and that is what that means, right? Let's make sure. Yep, that means vegan. Sweet whipped cream and a caramel drizzle. We have a tendency to not get the vegan ones, not because I love vegan stuff. I mean, I love a good carrot, and I love a salad if it's made without any type of dairy or egg product. But when you have whipped cream and caramel and it's vegan, that's just not something we're going to pick, but it would be worth a try. Artisan cheese plate, assortment of artisan cheeses paired with fig chutney and seasonal accompaniments. If you want something to eat, it's not really a dessert, but it is an after dinner nibble if you want to have something while others are eating their desserts and you don't want to just sit there. You can always order coffee though. I will say this about the coffee: order the coffee ahead of time because they do their cycle. If you've ever been a server before, and I've been a server before, you kind of have a cycle. And if you say, hey, I'd like some coffee, it really isn't efficient for them to just sprint back to the dining room and get the chocolate, or back to their kitchen and get coffee. So ask for it ahead of time so that they know. And they'll bring it with half and half sugar, whatever you request. So overall, this being the taste of the Caribbean, I'm not overly impressed with the Caribbean portion of it, but that being said, we love the pork bow tacos. We absolutely just are.
The shrimps, yeah, very good.
Super excited about the coconut shrimp, and we enjoy the meal as always. There's always something for you to enjoy, and making sure that you know this, everything we mentioned on here is completely free. You can order as many of them as you like. So if I didn't like a single entree, I would order four of the coconut shrimp, and then I would order the blueberry no sugar added dessert, and I would enjoy it tremendously. But again, I want to cap this by saying as far as the Taste of Caribbean, if you want the best Taste of Caribbean and you're in the Caribbean, get off the ship, do some looking on Google Maps or some other type of review site and find one of the authentic ones that the locals like to go to. The meals tend to be between $12 and $22 per person, and they'll give you a great selection. You can get plantains, you can get the Caribbean dumplings, which are typically made out of coconut. They don't taste like coconut.
Oxtail.
Oxtail is a very common one. Salt fish is a very common Caribbean dish. And unless you want to try it once, which I always recommend trying something, I would generally skip Royal Caribbean's Caribbean night. So hopefully that's helpful. And if you wanted some details on that menu, you've got it right there. And we enjoy talking to you. And if you enjoy this, please like and subscribe. And again, thanks for visiting our channel and watching Traveling with Chris and Wendy. We enjoy speaking to you and we appreciate you.